What up, world? It's your boy Coop DVill, man. We back with a brand new interview right here on Bang West Radio, powered by Cygnus.net, the TuneIn app, and Radio Jar. Since I'm back with these interviews, man, it's the first one. I'm gonna introduce y'all. Man, the Seattle Northwell, DZ. What's going on with you, DZ?
What's up, Coop?
How you been, man?
Man, I've been good, man. Lately, I've been on my dad shit, man. I got a brand new baby.
Let's talk about it, man. You're a first-time father, man. How's that working for you?
Man, I'm loving it. Got a beautiful little daughter, and I'm with her every day, and it's just fun watching her grow. And man, it's a whole new experience for me, really, bro. And it's definitely something that'll change you. I mean, it seems like it changes a lot of things. I don't really got much time to be just hanging out anymore and stuff. If it ain't about no business, you probably won't see me, you know?
Right.
And it's just it's probably just keeping me out the way a little bit more, you know what I'm saying? And maybe that's a good thing at this age and this stage in the game.
I want to get into the history of DZ, man. Just a lot of us who are real familiar with you, but you know the landscape of the rap game has changed over the years, and it's been a while since I did one of these. So let's go ahead and let's talk about the beginning of DZ, man. Where you from? When you start rapping?
Born and raised in Seattle. Started rapping like for real. Probably like, I don't know. I always been into music. I always grew up, and I grew up in a different time era than these kids these days. You know, I grew up on NWA and Ice Cube and Eazy-E and all kinds of shit like that, as opposed to these guys these days growing up on Lil Uzi Vert and, you know, guys like that, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed like I came up in an era that was completely different, where it's kind of the essence of rap. So I always been into music. I've been into rap since it was on cassette tape, and you know, just way back in the 89 when I was born in 82. Probably into rap since I was 8 years old or something, you know.
Okay.
But started freestyling, you know what I'm saying, in high school, just at parties and stuff with buddies of mine, and then later freestyles turned into rapping over beats, because I had a buddy who got a keyboard and started making beats, and one thing led to another, and started working on my first album when I was in college in 2002, 2003, and back and forth from Seattle to Arizona working on my first album, Game Invested and Involved, and had Spice One and Marvelous and Badass and T-Nutty on that one, and King George from Master P's No Limit TRU, and shit, everything just, you know, just kept snowballing from there. Ended up meeting Corrupt when I was in Arizona and becoming good buddies with him and making a lot of money with him off doing features. And I was lining up features for him as well as other artists I knew. So I was establishing connection with cats early, you know what I'm saying, with real business, bringing money to the table. And yeah, bro, from there I just stayed in it to win it, you know, stayed down for the come up. Now what, 2002, 2003 to 2023, 2024, shit, I've been in this shit over 22 years, it feels like.
Well, I don't feel like it. It's exactly what you've done.
Nah, it's exactly what I've done, you know? Sometimes it's hard to even believe, you know. I just put out like my 40, I think it was my 44th or 43rd album.
Golly.
With Jay Diggs. Lately I've been into teaming up with all my favorite rappers that I grew up listening to and doing joint albums, group albums, because the features don't get as much recognition. Like when you do one song with you know, say like a Sibo or a Rich the Factor, because I've been doing all that for 20 years now, and it doesn't get as much traction or recognition as the group albums do. So I've been teaming up doing group albums. Fuck doing one song. We're doing a whole album, 10-song album in a night, in 2 nights.
And you've been popping them out, man. You got Rich the Factor. You mentioned J Diggs. You done did something with Mess in the past.
Yeah, Young Stan Quinn, Young Bossy. A lot of people from my city. One of my little partners, Emerald P, that got killed. I got 3 albums with him. My other buddy, Luck Lav, who I was trying to put out from Seattle, who's from Sacramento, from Mozzie's neighborhood, and Mozzie's best friend was his little brother. I got 2 group albums with him, and then I got one with Sibo. I can't remember if she said, I didn't hear if she said that. And then I got 10 new ones on the way. I got one with Joe Blow coming. I got one with Al Pacino coming. I got one with T Nutty coming. I got one with my partner Actual, who's an R&B singer from Atlanta, Georgia. I got one with him coming. I got one with, I got another one with Rich the Factor coming. I got like 3 solo albums coming, and I got some big songs in the making and stuff. Like, been doing some good networking, man. But I got 10 albums on the way. This shit's about to start August 1st. I'm dropping 1 album and a video once a month for the next 10 months. And I'm going back in time on 2 albums because I don't got a visual for the J Diggs album or the Sibo album, and we're going to knock one out for that. So I'm coming with 12 new videos, and I just dropped the first one. It's off me and T Nutty's album featuring called Grind Mode. So go check that out on YouTube. The album's called Playmakers. It'll be available one of these first of the month, maybe like November, December, maybe December or something. December 1st, I think the Al Pacino one's coming out November 1st. That one with Actual is coming out. Yeah, I just did the one with Juice is coming out to October 1st. Yeah, I'm just dropping, bro. That's got to do something. It's got to wake them up and do something.
you got enough stones to throw for sure.
Man, it's a 100-song drop, man. It got to wake up. It got to do something. And I just seen the new video. Out to you because you got it on the sickness, but it did 11,000 views in 2 days. So that seems like we got a little motion on the new video, and I got a lot of other videos planned.
But not to cut you off, but
no, I'm glad you cut me. I'm glad you cut me off because I might just get to saying too much. I'm not like an interview specialist. I think this is like only the 4th or 5th interview I ever did, and we did one. So you know, it's like just getting used to it, bro.
No, you giving all the information, you know, and that's what you're supposed to do in the interview. But I don't want to miss that you saying a lot of things in the interview. But one thing that stands out to me that I've always found interesting with your career is that you've been able to build a relationship and a movement with Kansas City's Rich the Factor. Now, you've been able to, you say you have a group album in the vault, you definitely released one already, but he's not somebody who works with everybody, you know. How was you able to mend that business relationship and get the ball rolling with what y'all got going on right now?
It's crazy. Somebody else asked me the same question, and I went through a bunch of detail. I'm going to just keep it short. Had a girlfriend from Seattle. She kept saying she was from Kansas City and that she knew Rich the Factor, and I needed to do a song with Rich the Factor. This was like on my 3rd or 4th album when I was dating her, because I remember my 4th album, Paper Cuts, I was getting the artwork done, and I was looking at it at her house. So I remember that. But yeah, so this was probably 2005, I want to say, 2004. Yeah, 2004. 2004, Rich was coming to Seattle, and the chick was telling me, yo, Rich is coming to Seattle, and I'm going to hook you up with Rich to do a song. And then she ended up knowing somebody named Mitch the Mingler, and and Rich or Mr. Mingler, Boy Big, and Rush. They came one day prior to Rich coming, and I hooked up with them guys, and I had a little bit of good Seattle weed, and it was like, man, Rich is gonna love you. I'm telling him like, yeah, I want to do a song with Rich. So boom, Rich gets here the next day. He calls me. We hook up. We go to the studio, and we made our first song that we ever made, which later became the name of my clothing line, and it was for an album called the same as the song title, Northwest Whaling. And Rich came and he was drinking 1800 tequila out the bottle cap. I think you're like, oh no, it's crazy. He was drinking 1800 out the bottle cap.
Yeah, they don't even make it like that no more.
yeah. Oh, I don't know. Back then, like and it was like a thing. I think it was meant to drink out of the cap. Or
they make the cap like that. Yeah.
So he's the first one I ever seen doing that. And yeah, man, we just hit it off. We had a good connection, an organic connection. Of course, there was some business behind it, and him recognizing that I was such a savvy businessman and somebody that was trying to achieve a good sound quality with beats and mixes and stuff like that. He just kept coming to Seattle, fucking with me, and we just kept doing songs every time he came, and he just would come to Seattle, and we'd hang out for a couple of days and smoke big weed and go to eat some cool places and do a song. And finally, we started doing albums. I think the next album's coming out is our 5th or 6th album. We got 5 or 6 group albums out, and he's always asked me to be on his albums, but I just always had so many songs going on my own. I never got a chance to send him one, but I could have been on the last 25 Rich the Factor albums, and he'll tell you that. He always asked me to send him a song, and yeah, bro, he's just a solid dude, bro. I really like Rich. He's one of my favorite rappers, and he's a stand-up guy. He's one of the realest guys I know in the industry or the underground or, whatever you want to call it. So yeah, bro, we're still working. We're still building, and he went out. We're such close buddies that he went out to Houston, Texas, and hooked up with Iceman Nick and got me a whale piece like he's got. Came and delivered it to me in Seattle. And yeah, man, shout out Rich the Factor, man. He's been a big supporter of me and been rooting for me since day one and been looking out. And I've been out to KC a few times and went to go eat at Jack Stack's and Gates Barbecue and hung out in KC and went to a Chiefs game and went to Rich's neighborhood, the Dime Block, and went to a strip club or two, and even was out there when he had a couple concerts. So yeah, bro, that's the short version of me and Rich's 20-year relationship.
That's dope. That's real dope, man. You mentioned being a savvy businessman. You've been in this, you've been in 20 years, and you've been outside of the rapper. You've been middleman in a lot of deals with a lot of people, getting features for other artists in your region and outside your region with some of these people that you mess with. Now, when you started rapping, was that something that you said that you was gonna add to your toolbox to get you further in your rap career, or is that something that just organically happened?
Yeah, I'm just a hustler like that. I've been hustling since a little kid, like selling lemonade outside of a lemonade stand and selling bottled waters out of like a little mini cooler and just all that, bro. I just always been about getting a few dollars. I would always buy Jordans and resell them for more money, and just I'm just a hustler at heart. So no, that was a way also that I was networking a lot of things, getting a lot of things done for myself. Maybe Yuckmouth comes to town, and I'm just 18 years old, and I don't got a ton of money, and Yuckmouth wants $3,500 for a verse, but I might know somebody who got a little bit of money or something, and I tell Yuck, yo, Yuck, I'll hook you up with this guy that got $3,500 while you're in town for a verse. Could you just bless your little brother with a verse on my album or something? You know what I mean? And Yuck would do it, and Mr. Fab would do it, and Sebo would do it, and Corrupt would do it, not only would they do it, they would start tearing me off, you know, a percentage of the money, and bro, it just became a thing.
Good way to network.
Yeah, it just became a thing, bro, and I became a valuable asset in the rap game, like a manager, but an artist, like really just a hustler, entrepreneur, all that's just bringing money to the table. You know what I mean? Like, and a lot of people still reach out to me and say, hey, DZ, could you see what's up? I'm coming into town. Maybe somebody wants to grab a verse, or I'm just always hooking shit up, bro. It just looks better on my behalf, but it also came to a point where I was hooking so many people up, and there was a lot of backstabbing going on, not knowing that no matter what you said, you could never change the person's outlook on me, because I had already done so much with them. Music, business, been established for years. So maybe I might hook somebody up with somebody, and they might try to go behind my back and say something bad about me or something, thinking it's going to get them closer to Rich the Factor or Messy Marv than me or something, and out me or something, when really all that backdoor hating shit is just making them look goofy and just really revealing who they are, because of course these are my guys, and they're going to come back and tell me like, yo, bro's like, you know? So I said all that to say this. I cut back from hooking people up, because it's like, you know what I'm saying, a couple $100 ain't really worth, you know what I'm saying, maybe somebody potentially trying to damage $1 million relationship or something, you know?
I get it.
So I still do it though, and it was lucrative, and I got a lot of money doing it and stuff. I remember Daz Dillinger came to Seattle one time. I think we got 50 racks in one trip. Corrupt came one time. I think we got 50 racks one time, 30 racks another time or something. Like Mr. Fab came, we got 10 racks one time. Yuck came, we got 20 racks one time. We was really running it up, for real.
So, you being a large contributor and curator of the Northwest rap scene, what's going on today with today's Northwest rap scene?
I don't even know. It's a lot of young cats, just like how the industry is at this point, you know? So, and I always try to do these things called the Northwest Wing, and I got 4 of them, and then I did Northwest Well Orca Movement, which was one of them was a double CD. I had 2 parts of it, and I reach out to the younger artists that are up and coming, and I always put them on my albums instead of filling it up with Spice Ones and Rich the Factors and Corrupts and Messy Mars, and so the young guys that are up and coming can get their shine on my platform, and then so I can network with the hotter up and coming guys and still, you know, be relevant in this day and age, and I am. So I don't know, but I'm really in my own lane doing my own thing. I'm totally like not even hanging out like that. Like my hangout is going to the studio. Like I just left the studio 5 minutes before you called, finalizing some new albums that I got coming out, getting ready for mastering and shit like that. So yeah, bro, I don't really know what's going on out here. I know all I know about is DZ. That's all I'm focused on. If it's not about my family, I got a ton of shit going on with all that, you know?
Right. I totally understand. So you got a whole bunch of new albums coming. You mentioned earlier in the interview. What's up with the clothing line?
Shit, the factory went out of town. This is a sorry excuse. I already know, but also I ain't had a lot of time. But the factory that I was printing up my clothing through, they went out of business. My guy sold it, and I just ain't really printed up no new T-shirts. But I had printed up so many in the past that I still got some for myself. Like I just wore one in my new video, and I still got a few here and there that I'm selling, but I need to reprint it up and might go fucking with the Bay and use that place called Big Printing or something like that. I don't know, but it's still active. People are asking about it, and I'm still wearing it, and other people are still wearing it, and yeah, man, it's Northwest Whaling, and it's also on Instagram at Northwest Whaling, And yeah, anybody can hit me up direct, and I'll respond and get a little hoodie or something for $40. And yeah, bro, I'm still pushing it. It's just it hadn't been a focus. I mean, it's a focus, but there's so much going on, you know.
Appreciate you coming in, man. We're making this happen. We've been trying to make this happen for a while. For people listening, it's the brand new video up there, DV and T Nutty featuring Sibo.
Yeah,
You can
grind mode.
Grind mode. You can find that on the homepage or in the video section of Cygnus.net, or you could just go to DZ's YouTube channel. What's the YouTube channel, DZ?
DZ206.
And subscribe to the channel, DZ206, man. What's your Instagram?
At DZ Seattle.
DZ Seattle, man. Follow my guy on Instagram, man.
And I'm
Check
on,
out the new video.
and I'm on. Yeah, all that. I appreciate you. I always do, man. You've been down with me since the day we connected, and you always been supportive, and I'm supportive of your Bang Radio that you got going, and your position at the Cygnus.net, and it's always been love, and we've always had a bridge, and it's gonna stay that way, and we're gonna keep, you know what I'm saying, doing these interviews, updating these guys until they, you know what I'm saying, catch up, because they're still lost out here if they're not up on DZ. So I don't know. Like I said, I got 45 albums out. They're on iTunes and Spotify and all the shit, or you could go stream them on YouTube for free on DZ206. And yeah, I appreciate everybody's support. And yeah, bro, I got big things coming, so you know, just check me out. Hey, what's up? This is DZ. You're listening to Bang West Radio with Coop DVill. Shout out my guy, it's your boy DZ.